special edition of Rappy Hour. We have with us, I would say South Carolina's own, but he's kind of from a bunch of places just like me. Dredoe is in the studio today. We're going to not only talk to Dredoe about his life and his journey and his inspirations, but we're going to talk to him about his music. We're going to listen to his music, and we're actually going to premiere 3 songs that's never before been released. I've had the privilege of listening to this music this week, and it's just unbelievable. I know you're going to like it. Right here, we are broadcasting live in the refinery here in Charleston. We're your non-profit, non-commercial radio station, 96.3 FM Ohm Radio. You might be listening here on the peninsula, or you might be on ohmradio963.org and listening to anywhere in the world. I know there's some people listening in Colorado, South Africa, New York, and all around. So thank you for tuning in. Before we get to Dredoe and some of his amazing music, we're going to start with some music that came out today. There's some really good stuff. This first song that we're going to play, I just can't get over. The beginning is crazy. Last week, Nicki Minaj and Lil Baby put out a song, and it was really good. We played it last week, and we were talking about how Lil Baby is just kind of taking people's music to the next level. Like if he's on your track, that track is now something different. Even though, you know, when he was on Donda, when he was on Drake's album, and when he did it with Nicki Minaj last week. And Nicki Minaj also herself said on Instagram, she says she usually keeps it real with verses, she's usually very honest, and she thinks that Lil Baby got her on her own song last week. And she's working on an album. I think people keep forgetting that, you know, there's this whole rap thing going on, like which album's better? Was it Drake? Was it Kanye's? What about Travis Scott's album? Kendrick Lamar says he's going to come out with the best album in the last few years, which might happen. And then Nicki Minaj is kind of being like, did you forget about me? And so she put out this song, Bustin'. The beginning, I can't get over it. We'll hear this, and then we got Pusha T, Diet Coke, and then another one off the 2 Chainz mixtape with Young Boy Never Broke Again.
Yeah, my connecting ass up my wrist back to leave. Yeah, get my drip back, so around with that.
What's happening, man? How everybody doing?
Thanks for making the trip. I know it was a decent drive for you to be here, but we're really, really excited to have you in the house and talk to you and listen to your music.
Man, excited to be here, bro, honestly.
So tell us about you. I mean, I know a lot of us have heard of you, but tell us a little about your story, your journey, where you're from, your influences, things like that.
Alright, well, man, I'm born in Queens, New York, bro, so it's like I always claim it as home. I mean, we moved around a lot when I was young, but so it all starts in Queens, New York, bro, Far Rockaway, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
So we started there, and then we traveled down to the south, so we got to South Carolina, Columbia was a shot, Columbia, South Carolina was definitely a part of me, you know what I'm saying, Billboard, you know. And then we was on the south side, but the Jonesboro River in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, so we was out there. So that's pretty much, it's just a big melting pot of all of that together.
And so when did you start listening to rap?
Man, I'm like, bro.
Yeah?
I literally probably in the womb too. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, man. Like, before I even thought about listening to rap.
Really?
Yeah, man.
What's like the first memory you have of rap?
Shoot, bro. I know the most thing that I can say as far like how far history and like how deep it is for me is like my mom was a rapper. Like,
Really?
Yeah, my mom was a rapper in New York, bro. So it's like it goes as deep as that. So it's like I've always been around it. It's always been around me, and it was just like it took me a long minute to like officially be like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. But it's always been there. Like my pops used to freestyle in the car, like plenty of time. Me and my brothers, and even my sister, y'all, he was doing stuff like that. So yeah, but I've always been around music. I've always like rapped. Like,
So it's like the Manning family, but instead of football, it's a rap. It's like the
kind of,
pedigree. You have a pedigree.
Honestly, like low key, like there's even a video of like we had like my 3rd birthday party in New York. My people had like, this big old block party, bro. And there's a video of my pops like holding me in his arms, like he's freestyling like on some happy birthday stuff to me, like yeah, like going wild. So it's like yeah, man.
That's great.
Yeah, it's deep, bro. It's deep. So, as for anything like going further with them pursuing it, I don't think they like kept going. As far as I know, it was like a mixtape of my mom. They probably got like a tape of her rapping back in the day.
Oh, so you heard it?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
how was it?
I mean, I was young. I don't know if we could find it now, but yeah, bro. Yeah, I've been doing music, but I've officially been taking it serious since probably about like 2014, 2015.
Really? Okay.
It's about 2015. Like that's when I did. It was like, all right, I'm dropping my first song. I did a feature with my bro, and we did a video. And like, I was like, all right, after this, like I'm doing it. I dropped my first little EP, and then you know, my first 2016, I dropped my first mixtape. So,
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so I've been at it for a little bit now.
And so who have been, I mean, outside of your parents, obviously, which is a big one, but who have been your influences? Who, like when you were growing up, or or recently, who are you looking at and getting inspiration from?
Man, well, I was always on some like, I was really like into like hip hop, so like, I like a lot of like, I was listening to like Tribe Called Quest when I was
Yeah.
bro, so I was like, you know, it was a lot of like boom bap stuff, bro.
Okay.
So then they kind of got like deeper into that, so and then I like poetry stuff, so like, honestly, like Jay-Z and DMX, like who my pops was like bumping a lot of, and then so and like, you know, he used to bump Snoop, he used to bump Doggy Style, like,
Yeah.
so it was like, that, I guess that's what that West Coast influence comes from.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about, so, yeah, bro, so it was like that, and he used to bump like T.I. and like he did play some Outkast, so like I just those elements alone, just like expanding on that and all of the different ways that you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when I first heard Outkast, it was ATLians. So I know they had Southern Players to Cadillac
Yeah.
music, but I didn't know them then.
Yeah.
And then they came out with ATLians with like elevators
Mm-hmm.
and the title track. And I remember listening to it being like, they rap in Atlanta?
Yes.
I didn't know that they rap in Atlanta.
They put their own sauce to it, and
Oh, yeah.
they added a nice little, they flipped it and threw the flavor on it, and it's like, all right, you talking how you talking, and you just it's a little more suave. Like New
Yeah.
York was so
Yeah.
aggressive,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's like all on your head, but that's why I value the down south that I have in me, because it's like it's mellow, it's chill, like all right,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? We gonna get it done, and we gonna get it done on our pace and our style, and we gonna make it look good.
Yeah.
Like, and we don't have to be aggressive about it. Like New York is like, we gonna look good, but we gonna make you see us.
Yeah. That's right.
And it's good because it's like, all right, you know, we gonna demand our respect, and you gonna see us. We gonna make sure you see us. But there's another way to do it.
But that's what's so amazing about rap, right? Like it's like wine in the sense that good wine tastes like where it comes from. Right? Like a good rap sounds like where it comes from. It's not someone from Atlanta trying to sound like they're from New York or vice versa. And that's the beauty of rap, is it can be so. I mean, I lived in China and there was a rapper named from Taiwan named MC Hot Dog. Crazy name. I couldn't understand much of what he was saying, but like it sounded like it came from Taiwan and it was good. That was Dredoe, Wide Open, and before that was Casanova. Those are just two of the 6 songs we're hearing today from Dredoe. Dredoe was live here in the studio. This is 3 o'clock on a Friday's Rappy Hour, 96.3 FM Own Radio. Your host, Zach Leo, sitting across the table from Dredoe, right here live from the refinery. We're having a conversation about rap, and it sounds like I put you on the spot about the Jay-Z album. You said Jay-Z is one of your influences. You can't say Reasonable Doubt, although maybe you wouldn't.
I mean, I do like Reasonable Doubt, but bro, I'm not gonna lie, man.
Oh, really?
For me, it's between like, I like the Blueprint and I like the Black Album.
I love the Blueprint. And the Black Album is almost like too good. It's almost like it's the most well-produced, like perfect album.
I'm really feeling like I'm leaning more towards the Black Album, bro. Like, that, yeah, bro. The vibes on that one was so like, it was so hip-hop. It's so, like, I'm so New York, but it's still like, he commercialized it and made it look good. And like, you know what I'm saying? It's black music right there, you know what I'm saying? It's essence.
Yeah, it's an amazing album. And then like all the like reiterations of the Black Album. You know, they did you ever hear the Grey Album? I think Danger Mouse did the Grey Album,
No,
where
I didn't.
he took the Beatles' White Album and made beats from the Beatles' White Album and put it over the Black Album.
Yeah,
The lyrics from the Black Album. It's really good. And then I think Pete Rock did a version. It might have been like the Black on Black album, where it was Jay-Z's lyrics from the Black Album over different beats that he didn't originally put the lyrics on in the Black Album. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think- Yeah, those are good. So tell me about Casanova. I mean, I was telling you before, like I always kind of like hesitate to kind of put my like what I perceive from it because it's art.
Yeah,
But you tell me.
I told you, I was like, I like you to do the synopsis from after you hear them. So, you know what I'm saying? On that one in particular, what do you feel like? Then I'll go ahead and tell you what I came from. But it was like, with Casanova, I'll tell you first. Because it was like, man, I was on some, like, bro, it's about, you know what Casanova is, man. Like,
Yeah.
the story of Casanova is, man, like they went ahead and they locked him up. It was somebody old, like I don't know, 18 or 10.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So.
It was Spain, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think so.
he was a woman, and he was a lady killer, man. And he was just like he was a real player, and he was too player for the game. So pretty much he was the women around the town. They always came to him, and he was, you know, he was in and out of them, and he was doing it so much, you know, adultery is a bad thing. So somebody's gonna go married, you know, and he had them all on his hook, and the guys, they band together, and they were like, we gotta get this man. He doing this to so many, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like he ain't checking out the window too quick, but we gotta catch him. You catch him, you gotta lock him up, you know, knock him out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Knock him off, bro. So that's the story of Casanova, and it was just like how at this point in time I was like at such a like I'm trying to get more. I was at a point where there was a lot of fun coming at me, and because I was getting myself together, and it was like, you know, I have to be kind of like this. I gotta be because I had just come out of some situation that wasn't so good. So
Yeah.
it was like, all right, I gotta like steal myself, get back on my joint, and I got it right. It was like, this is my man. Now you call me Casanova because I'm in and out of there, like, you know.
Yeah.
But when I fight for, you know, when you do fight the whole, you know, I'm here. You know, this is the effect that we have. This is the Drizzy effect, bro.
Yeah.
But,
See, I mean, I think I definitely got some of that. So I think what also, and maybe this is part of it, what I hear in it is like how not dangerous, but how physically like challenging love can be. Like love can be like a dangerous kind of thing that will. It's just like its power on you, like physically, and its effects on you. You know, like you know, the heart drops, you know, from your knees to your shoulders, and
yeah, the heart drop from your knees to your shoulders.
yeah. I mean, so that's like a real physical response in reaction to someone's love.
And honestly, I was relating that directly to like the sexual experiences. Like I felt your heart drop. Like when you do this, like you feel somebody knees to their shoulders, like you getting in there,
Right.
man.
Right.
So it's like. That's somebody fall in love with you doing stuff like that, bro. You
Yeah.
fall in love like that, bro. You know, definitely fall in love. And that's, you know, that can end if it's not with the right intentions, bro. It can be bad. It can be bad.
So tell us a little bit about Wide Open.
Wide Open was this is why I line those two songs up how I do, because it's actually like a response. And it's like, alright, don't think it's down like your face. It's like coming across somebody and it's like they have you wide open. And I was like in the verbatim movie that's like a classic hit movie called Crossover, Wide Open, like the freeway at 4 a.m. Like, you know, she got you wide open, meaning that like whatever this person wants you to do, you're gonna do it.
You're powerless,
Like, they got you wide open, bro. And it's like, you know, I'm talking about finding this person that had me wide open, and it's like, wait a second, you gotta snap out of it because I almost missed my plane, I almost missed my opportunity because it's so wide open for this person. It's like, you gotta get it right, remember who you are and what you're doing. You know?
See, that's what really like gets me about rap. Is in there you said I almost missed my plane.
Yeah. You
And
miss your opportunity, you don't miss your ticket, dog.
that's that's I think when we were talking earlier this week, like that's the when rap is good, like it is painting vivid images with simple, relatable language. And simple doesn't mean that it's not complex. It actually is very complex, but simple in the sense that I can understand and relate to it, but the levels in which I or someone else can relate to it can be, you know, exponential. And a phrase like almost missed my plane, it could be, you know, for you're looking at opportunities, but you know, maybe it's going back to New York and visiting family, which is an important thing to do. So now you have me like actually like neglecting my responsibilities as a family person. But it's again wide open. So I love it.
It's meant for everybody to pick it up in their own way. Like that's why I do music the way I do it. Is like I put my heart into it and I put it in there because I know what I want it to mean and the way it's worded and how us as being humans are. When something resonates with you in whatever way it does, you're gonna put your own meaning to it.
Yeah.
Somebody doesn't like it, they don't like it. If somebody like it and they pick it up this way, versus somebody that picked it up that way, as long as you picked it up, then it's cool. You know what I'm saying? As long as you took something away from the experience and listening to the song, rock with it.
All right, so let's do another one. We'll do that was Dredoe, Once Upon a Time. That is a world premiere, right? Like that's fresh. That most people probably have, maybe people in your inner circle, and I luckily was able to catch it yesterday. I think it was for
Yeah, man, that was yesterday, but I sent it to you late, so I was like, I'm gonna give it to him like right before it's the time, so like he can like sleep on this music, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, but that's definitely a world premiere, but it's once upon a time. Shout out to my guy Mike Brown for helping me put that together. You know what I'm saying? I got a special feature on that one that's getting ready to come out, so it's like you guys can go ahead and wait for that. But yeah, man. So it's one of the things that on that one is actually the producer. His name is Moet. He's from South Carolina as well, and I've been trying to do a lot of work with producers from South Carolina because that's the area that I'm at. And it's actually like I call that home. That's home as well. So it's like I've been trying to lock in a lot more with people that I know, people that I rock with, putting money in their pocket, and we building that relationship and expanding. Because it's all about us going up, bro. It's like let's go ahead and work with our own people. So it's like we from here, let's do it.
And so how are you connecting with these producers?
It's been people that I've built a relationship with over time. I might have met them networking at events and stuff. Like Moet, he's actually an artist, and he's a dope artist, bro. Really, really, really like he's a producer, he's a dope producer. You know what I'm saying? Like neo soul, like real R&B. He does real boom bap stuff. Like he's dope. One of my producers, Mr. 55, he's from Manning. I met him through one of my, I call him guys on my OGs. You know what I'm saying? Just put on the game, just coming through my journey. And it's one of his brothers. And he's from Manning. He's been doing this for a while. And Gnarly, he's out here from Columbia, South Carolina. He's on this and stuff. But like, there's a couple of local guys and some people that come from South Carolina and blew up. I got his music cat. He ain't traveling. I actually met he's somebody I've been working with, bro. So I got a couple of people that I just met around the way. Networking, doing events, and open mics. Just coming across, tapping my connections, bro. That's all we gotta do. We gotta start building on people. That's how we do it. That's how we all go up. That's how we help each other.
So tell me if I'm right on this. So when I listen to your music, it sounds to me like you don't have any preconceived notion of how you're going to attack a beat. You listen to the beat, you kind of let it come to you, and then you go from there. Is that right?
Yeah, bro. Really, because a lot of my stuff, like I put it like this. A lot of my music I write to the beat, and then there's some stuff that I find in the beat is like, this sounds perfect to this verse that I just written, this song that I put together. I remember like I might have written it like being on a table or something, and it's like, all right, I needed a beat for it, and it fit, and brought it out. It's like I feel like the beat bringing it out of you.
Yeah.
You find the beat that brings it out of you, so
yeah. And so when how are you shopping these beats? Are you sitting down with these producers and kind of hearing what they have? Are you saying like I want something like this?
Yeah, my more recent stuff, it's like I'll sitting down.
Fun.
Yeah, like fun. It's fun. It is fun. I'm sitting down with them and we sitting down. I'm going through their selection. Like Chavo, the first time I met him, I showed the video. It was like, I got some beats over here. I bet. I thought I should the video and push up on it. Shot the video and I went over there and he had a whole selection, bro. And he was just letting me hear and play a couple of my songs from me. Like, I'm like, that's the vibe I want on. He just went through a selection and started playing beats. And it's like when the beat hit you, it hit you. Then I heard one and I was like, all right, we close. But you know what I'm saying? I still hear a little something. Like, keep going. He played another one and I was like, all right, that's number one. Like, let's go. What's up? Where we at with you? And then once he's like, he finally caught the vibe. So when we was going, he just went in and then stuff more. I was like, all right, let's do it. We gotta build an arsenal. And he was like, bro, you rock with me like this. I'm just going to.
Yeah.
Just make sure you send me the music. Don't go ghost on me. Send me the music, bro. I'm telling you, every single time I went to the studio, I decided the song. He was like, all right, we like it. And Mr. 55, pretty much the same thing. He'd shoot me the songs, like he'd shoot me beats like last New Year's or Christmas or something. He just shot me a text and was like, yeah, check your email. Like Merry Christmas, check your email. And I was like, oh word, like this where we at? And that's Cape Bird. So I was like, I bet.
Right?
Yeah.
You're the one that's left to do something.
You have to.
I think it's so good. I really
Like the world's gonna try and put you in, bro. It's gonna try and stop you from being great. Like you have to understand how high you can fly and how low that you don't need to go. Only you can. You know what I'm saying?
I like how this beat went a little bit.
Yeah, Mr. 55, bro. Shut up.
So do you want to run right into the next one?
Yeah, run to this one. Oh, actually, no, talk about this, man. Yeah, I know you want to talk about it, right?
That was Dredoe with might be what my new favorite song is right now. It's Caged Bird, and who's the producer on that?
Oh man, Mr. 55, man. Shout out to Mr. 55.
That beat
man.
is
South
really-
Carolina, bro. We out here, bro. South Carolina is definitely on the rise. We're on the map, man.
That beat's legit. I love how it runs out too, because it doesn't just run out the way it was. It gives you a little something.
Yeah, right. You give you the let the sample right on out. We can extend it. You know what I'm saying? Do the thing.
So I was just saying, like, I have a lot of thoughts about this song.
Yeah.
But tell us, what is the message of the song? Or what is one of them?
When I wrote this song, I was at a real like vulnerable point. There was a lot of stuff that had been going through. I took a major L, bro, and I was like, all right. I was at a point of reflection, and I had been around some people, and I was around into a situation where I was around people that give me some game, and like when you pick up when people putting on, they give you some valuable information. It's like, all right, you gotta. It's on you what you do after you get it. So it's like, all right, and I said that I was reflection, bro. I just started putting the song, bro. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do it. And I got through it, and it's for everybody that was going through something to get through it. It's about like going through your trials and tribulations and understanding that whatever happens, no matter what they have going on, like some people do things unintentionally, and it's on you to really, it's on you to interpret whatever happens to you and to proceed next. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not about like, dang, this happened, like how like woe is me. It's about like, all right, this happened. How am I about to move next? You know what I'm saying? How do we proceed? Like, how do we proceed and be better? You know what I'm saying? How do we come up? And you coming up doesn't mean that you have to take from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to do no extra stuff. It's you finding your way. And you know what I'm saying? Like figuring out how you need to move in the right way and doing just that. So it's like, like I said, man, we was talking about it earlier. I was telling them like, some people that don't completely get to where they're trying to go, and they end up settling, and it's like that's being a form of cage bird. It's something that could have been something so great, but some way in how through life they clipped your wings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you didn't fly as high as you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? You have to find to whether your cage is bigger than somebody else's cage, still a cage nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as if you can't do whatever you want, so you don't have that financial freedom, you don't have that spiritual freedom, you're not. You know what I'm saying? You have your regrets about whatever it is, like whether you tell anybody or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's you being a cage bird, so it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Just, as long as you're being the best, as long as you're doing positive things, bro. Like, so what you didn't go to the NBA, but you're still a great dad. You know what I'm saying? You're still a great person in the world. That's fine. That's great. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still need those out here.
Yeah.
We need lawyer doctors. We need people that's doing whatever else. That's what it is.
I think like it resonates with me. I think on a lot of levels, and not to go like to overshare, but I deal with a decent amount of anxiety, and like on a real high level. And I go to therapy and counseling. And there was this one time I was talking with my counselor, and we did this exercise where I was really in like a cloudy space where if I get real anxiety, it's like I can't see things before live. And I had, when I was listening to your stuff, I saw you on YouTube and doing a live performance, and I'm not taking anything away from what we just heard, but I think you actually sound better live, which is amazing. And so I want, if people want the opportunity to come and see you, I want people to be able to hear about that. I want to know about that. But let's play one more world premiere. So this is Dots or Descendant of the Stars.
Yeah,
right?
man, this is Dots, bro. This is Dredoe. This is one of the new ones that's coming out, man. Shout out 2022, man. Shout out to Tribe on this one. And you know what I'm saying? We out to do it.
Rappy Hour 96.3 FM Home Radio, Descendant of the Stars. Tell us about that one.
Alright, man, that's Dots, bro. Descendant of the Stars, bro. That song right there actually was an inspiration from an Action Bronson song. Bro. Yeah, shout out to Action Bronson. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to Queens. We in the business, bro. Yeah, man, it's a song that he did called Descendant of the Stars, and it was like I heard it, I was listening to it. I don't know, when I was going through a rough time and I was in the, you know what I'm saying, in the situation, it was like one of the things I was like, it popped into my head. And I was like, man, you know what, you're right. I am just another star. And I am one that I should become one, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what, let me speak my piece on this. And I wrote it with that in mind, but then I took down and linked up with Chavo that day and I actually came across this beat. And you know what I'm saying? I was the one that was like, yo, I found it.
I need that one.
Yeah,
I need that one.
I need that one. I didn't hear that song at mine initially, and then I sat down and like after I did, maybe it was one of the other ones that I got in the tub that I heard it and I was like, all right, and I got that one and I had recorded that one. I heard it, I'm like, yo, this is it. Like I sent it to my pops and he was like, yo, this is it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we got one.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
So that's another world premiere here on Rappy. I appreciate
That's the
that.
single that's on the way, bro.
So it's on the way. Where are we gonna listen to this?
Oh man, you can Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, bro, on the App Store, bro. Anywhere you can listen to, streaming music. Just type in Dredoe, Dredoe. I'm out here.
Okay.
We definitely got some stuff going on in Charleston and in Columbia. Charleston at the Blue Note. I'll be out there performing again. Shout out to my man Mike Brown and Two-Tone Tommy. You know what I'm saying? So we out here at the Blue Note on Wednesdays in Charleston. And they have their own thing called Industry Night. You come out there, it's open mic, you get on the computer, get out there and perform. You know, and whether it's you doing your poetry, doing your own music, it's out here in Charleston. We got one in Columbia, and that's getting ready to starting up. And we about to be out there doing that. At the main course, shout out to the main course. We getting ready to put something together. We're gonna be having another similar to that from that. We're gonna come out there, present your talents, check out the talents. You know, so we got comedy performing, we hosting. We out there.
That's great. So let me ask you one more question before I let you go. Is that all right?
Yeah.
What is the one question I should have asked you that I didn't?
Why aren't we, saying global yet?
Yeah.
But man, it's because I feel like why haven't I? I guess it's because I haven't been networked properly. So that's why I'm working on networking and on build everybody.
Yeah.
So and that's one thing that I feel like we need to do as artists, as entertainers, and as entrepreneurs. Everybody has to build. So I've been getting my business mindset right, and I've been working with a lot of other entrepreneurs, and we've been putting stuff together. We got things coming on this workshop. It's going to be at Florence. We got things on Charleston. We got things on Columbia. We got things on Atlanta, Charlotte. I'm expanding everywhere. We're trying to take this all over. South Carolina's on the rise. All the Carolinas, what I'm saying? Black entrepreneurship period. Entrepreneurship period. You know what I'm saying? It's a time where you own your own business and being your own boss. Like, we're trying to link up with any and everybody that's trying to expand, you know what I'm saying? Do the thing. So that's why I feel like anybody that's their own independent, like, that's how we go up. Link up with independence. You do good business, and good business will come to you.
That's right.
Definitely.
That's right.
And you know what I'm saying? I think the most keeping the positivity, everything that's got me to this point, to get me to the next. It's not here. We're not at the top yet. We only going up, and it's only up from here.
Yeah.
Everybody that's aligned with me, and you know what I'm saying, everybody that's on the same wave that doing their own thing wherever they're at,
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I appreciate you taking time coming down here.
Yeah.
I called you the other day. I think it was like 8 in the morning, and I felt bad. I mean, I have a kid, so I'm always up and run a business.